Well, so far we have had a fascinating conversation with David Ewing about Juneteenth, what it is, the history behind it, and perhaps what the future looks like, which tees us up perfectly to the question I think that'd be good to kind of wrap up with. What are your Juneteenth plans for this weekend?
I'm going to go to Fort Negley. There's a celebration on Juneteenth at Fort Negley, and Fort Negley is a place where my relative Taylor Ewing escaped from Travelers Rest, and he was one of the African Americans that helped build Fort Negley. So I think it's a very fitting. That's where he kind of got his first taste of freedom in Nashville, and although he was put to work. So that's kind of my family's tie to slavery and Nashville, and why not at Fort Negley? So it's a perfect place for me to be.
I was about to say, I mean, between, just the event alone sounds like a great event, but then also to have the family connection, I'm sure that will mean a lot to you too.
Yes.
What are the plans for that event out at Fort Negley, if you remember?
Oh, there's speakers and music, and I'm sure more importantly, the mayor has put a lot of effort into restoring the fort and interpreting the fort too. It was one of the big campaign issues for him. But a lot of people still haven't been over there. They remember Greer Stadium next door, and they just kind of, oh yeah, I remember that. But it's also something that if you've never kind of made the walk up to the top of the fort, beautiful views of the city and the Gulch, you should go. And there's a lot more interpretation out there. And there's a wonderful visitor center that Mayor Purcell built when he was mayor too. And
it's an interesting contrast because another big event I know for Juneteenth on Saturday is also there's going to be a group that goes out and tries to spruce up the Black Lives Matter mural on Woodland Street there, sure, close to the stadium. So you kind of have options. You can go, kind of an ode to the past, and then maybe some of the, more of a contemporary conversation there as well.
Yeah, I think it would be a good day of service. I mean, even if you don't go to an official event, just do something good for your neighbor or the widow that lives down the street, or a church, or just do something good in the name of, freedom and liberation.
Absolutely. We only have about 40 seconds or so left, so I'd love to get just a few final thoughts from you on what you hope people get out of a Juneteenth celebration.
It's a celebration for everybody. Although it marks the end of slavery for African Americans in America, like a lot of other holidays, cultural holidays, everyone should be able to kind of appreciate what this means as Americans, and the struggle that we literally had to fight a war over, and that people had generations of their life kind of enslaved, that this is something that we should all celebrate and that we got past this.
I thought that was significant when I talked to the organizer of the Clarksville event today. She goes, it's a celebration of, African American culture, but we want it to be everyone so that everyone can be a part of that celebration. So yes. I think that's a great place to leave our conversation with David. Thank you so much for being here and in person.
Yes, thank you for inviting me, Chris, and I'll see you again.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after this.